Hey guys, Real Spartan here, and welcome back to the Bard's Tale part. And I think this is part 12 actually. We're getting into the first tower. Now you may notice that my beer gauge is running on full here, and that's because I just cancelled out the Widow's Wine with a Strongness Strout, whatever it is, that boosts your strength by 2, which means that my vitality is back to normal. So I'll see you guys at the first tower. And actually, I don't think I ever noted that when you walk across the map and run into one of these guys, you get into a fight. And such thing happens because I did not want to fight these enemies, but I guess I'm going to have to now. Yeah, it shows how overpowered I am for the enemies that spawn at this stage of the game. Also, the tower is here, and yes, this was not on the map before. And here is the ruins of the map that we got, so let's go to the tower. But first, cutscene.
As the bard drew closer to the tower in the forest, a scene of great concern to him would play itself out atop another tower in the city of Dunby, many leagues away.
Cathbad, gather the brothers. Someone is nearing the first tower.
At once, sir.
Mackay, wake my pet.
Yes, my lord, Finnick.
Even now you find ways to reach your servants. This new suitor of yours will fare no better than the others. Awaken, Hearn!
Finnick, why do you disturb my vigil?
The woman has managed to send messages to her followers again. One of them approaches your tower hoping to free her.
After all this time, still she is strong.
Deal with this intruder. I'm sending my men to aid you. I needn't remind you of the consequences should you fail.
I will stop him.
The brothers are assembling, my lord. We await your instructions.
Take the men to Hearn's tower. I've promised him our aid. Once you've done this, head to the mountains. If all else fails, you must stop them there.
It will be my pleasure, master.
So here we're at the forest tower. Gonna be trying out the rogue and gouger in this episode. So yep, there's wolves here. Generic big enemy wolves. There's a little demonstration of the rogue's power. Wow, the mercenary is just dropping like a sack of hammers. And there's a demonstration of the gouger's heal. Okay, so this chest is probably the one that has a lot of cash in it. Yep, it has a diamond in it. Diamonds do not appear very often in the game. And now we're actually going to enter the tower itself instead of just standing around in this forest outside of it.
Unknowingly caught between the hammer and the anvil, our hero entered the tower.
Look, I don't want any trouble.
Turn around and walk the other way. For if you seek entrance into this place, trouble is all you shall find.
Typical. I thought you might say something like that. I'm afraid I have to proceed. I've got quite the reward waiting for me when I finish this nonsense.
I shall give my warning once more. Turn back or perish.
Those aren't very appealing choices. I'm gonna have to go with neither.
Very well. I await you at the top, if you survive.
Hold on! Damn. Why do I have to go all the way to the top? He was just here. He certainly knew I was coming.
Evil, it seems, has a flair for the dramatic.
Yep, this game is very, very self-aware. Don't need to save because the enemies here are not very much trouble. The enemies here have one major gimmick. You may have noticed... God damn it, Gouger is taking damage. The enemies drop seed pods as their loot. The thing is that if you do not pick up these seed pods, then those seed pods will just then grow into even more of these damn plants. So you actually need to pick up the loot in order to survive. And this is a tree. Oh yeah, there's the, some of these flowers have the ability to just straight up dispel your summons, because that's totally fair. I'm gonna go Thunder Spider here, because I feel like it's, the mercenary is not doing a very good job at anything. Yeah, the rogue's one weakness is range attacks, which these enemies have. Luckily, they go down like a sack of hammers. Just need to be careful of those, purple flowers that can dispel the summons. Yeah, traps are just not nice, and the only way to disarm traps is to use the Trap Master, which I think is actually in this chest right here. Yeah, it is. Oh, Explorer. Druid Almanac. Well, that's not very useful. So now we have the Trap Master, and I've accidentally pressed 2. Yep, Trap Master. I'm just going to keep calling him the Trap Master. He'll disarm traps, but... you know what, I might as well summon him in place of the Mercenary, because the Mercenary is not very, strong. Let's go check its stats now. Hooray.
Once a daring finder of lost treasures, the explorer was still adept at finding secrets and uncovering traps. Getting out of the way of them, however, was a different matter.
So if we look at his stats, he's not very good in combat, but he will disarm traps and pick up loot. The trap disarming part of him is probably the only reason you keep him around. So let us summon him.
Ready to explore. Traps. Right over here.
Yep. He does that, and... he takes a tiny amount of damage. But then, hang on. Oops. Goddamn boulder traps. He can't disarm those, I don't think.
Must stop. Trap.
Okay, those traps seem to do a significant amount of damage. The thing is, whenever he disarms a trap, or, you know, usually you'd step on these things and they just come back up next time you stepped on them. This guy will disarm traps permanently, meaning that, you know, you just get them out of the way.
I smell a trap.
Also, the Trap Finder has a... oh yeah, by the way, Wall Trap. New introduction to the game. And the rogue was close enough to do something about it. Give me a second while I heal these guys up.
Doesn't feel good, does it, young man?
Yeah, he gives us special lines if you get hit by traps instead of him while he is out. Probably shouldn't have rushed off without him. These enemies are so weak that the Gouger doesn't have an opportunity to do the stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, don't need to open chests because the Trap Master does that for you. And here is the way to the second part of the tower, but I'm going to go back and explore everything in case I missed something. Also, you may be wondering why I'm even running the Trap Master around here, when it seems that you can just run past most of the traps anyway. And even if you do, like, what's the difference? Like, traps aren't going to do much damage, really. Yeah, there is a very good reason why I'm using and disarming all the traps so they don't activate again. You know, most of this is probably going to be cut out due to the fact that this is all combat, but it's just a big maze. It's amazing. Okay, everyone has to make that pun, including me. Is this the same mapping system as they had in Baldur's Gate? Like the Dark Alliance series of Baldur's Gate? It seems very, very similar. Not like I would know, but it's a bit strange. Hey, what was that it dropped? Fertilizer. And that's worth 9 silver, really.
Why are we even bothering with this?
Oh, really? You think why are we even bothering with this? I'm probably going to dispel you for that right now. So, yep, upgraded Thunder Spider. Oh, by the way, it'll get a new text, so let us check that out in the toon list as well. No new text, but it seems that the damage is increased. The health has as well. So I think it's just a stat boost, but it's still worth it probably. I'll probably use that as a replacement for the mercenary due to how the mercenary just keeps dying all the time, and the trap master is only useful while scrounging around these trap-filled places. I kind of forgot what the pink ones did. Must not have been dangerous if I forgot that easily. Oh, it's just poison.
Too slow.
Doesn't seem like it's a lot of poison damage though.
Did you blink?
Oh, except the rogue is taking heavy damage. Anyway, level up.
The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons.
I kind of want more rhythm, just to boost up the stats of my summoned creatures so that hopefully they don't die as easily. Hopefully there are no ranged enemies over here so that the rogue does not die. What was I just saying? 2 ranged enemies. You know what, the Gouger isn't doing me very much good here, due to the fact that most of these enemies use ranged. So, the Crone's healing is going to get off more than the Gouger's healing. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that traps can hurt the enemies. It's very rare that it happens, but it can happen. I don't know why the Crone bothers to heal the dog. I mean, he doesn't really have a... He has 10 health, but... It's, like, not worth it, because the dog doesn't do anything in combat, unless you have the trained dog in combat. Which I might get eventually, if I have, like, nothing better to get. Which is entirely possible. Ooh.
Traps.
Very satisfying, that. God damn it, little thing spawned. And it was, one of the little things that does the instant kill attack on your summoned creatures. Hate those guys. I believe this contains a flail, but it's like... out... okay, never mind. I'm going to just keep messing up what I predict is in chests because of a personal experience. And wait, these enemies can get crits? I just noticed that. Huh. Okay.
Easy.
I'm playing not reckless enough, honestly. Because these enemies deal very little damage and I could probably annihilate them, like, in one hit.
Right over here.
Crone just attempting to, kill one tiny little plant. One benefit to blocking the, shots from the, I keep saying, at the end of my things in general. One benefit to blocking the shots from the yellow plants is the fact that it scatters the shots, meaning that if there are any allies behind you, they won't really get hit. Or there's a less chance of them getting hit.
Too slow.
God damn, these plants just respawning. No, not a blue one.
Too easy.
Well, at least this is a way to infinitely farm for silver.
I smell a trap.
Not worth it though, because you can just break barrels and you'll get a better thing.
I smell a trap.
How can you smell traps? Just the stench of blood on steel?
Come to me.
I know that one of these contains the flail. I don't know which one though. Also, yes, there are a lot of chests in here. This guy should really get some shoes if he's going to be stepping on spikes all the time. Wait a sec, is this tower just made out of plants? Or was it an original tower and the plants have overtaken it? That is an excellent question. But if this is just plants, like you'd probably guess, how did the traps get here? I know that
Does it hurt?
the swinging traps make sense. And heck, you could even make a debate for the
Right over here.
the other kind, the boulder traps, but the spike traps from the floor, you really have no excuse for those.
Must stop. Trap.
New token. Let's see what this does.
A finely wrought torque of silver, this magnificent piece is certain to enhance the appearance of anyone who wears it.
Okay, so it's just 1 charisma. Still, I'm not complaining. It's a free permanent 1 charisma boost, but could have been better stuff.
Healing!
Like healing. Wow, the rogue is taking heavy damage from that poison.
Must stop. Trap.
I think that I grievously misjudged the amount of damage that poison can deal. I guess that the rogue was just sitting in the poison cloud for so long and it stacks up over time. The rare drops for these plants are just not like worth it at all. Here's the flail, and it is not better than the granite flail, which I predicted, but still. Did I forget to mention the junk I got from Finstown kind of makes me a bit over-leveled for this place, because I don't know when you're supposed to go to Finstown, but I just know that you can do it early, like kind of what I did. And then you're kind of set up for quite a bit further on.
A trap.
Like if you've been noticing the combat when I leave it in, that I'm taking very, very little damage. Oh no, the rogue took 95 damage, but is surprisingly not dead. I always find it humorous that when their sprite is completely red, you'd think they'd die. Crone, I'm full health. Stop healing me.
I smell a trap.
You'd think that they'd die immediately. I guess it's just got like 1 pixel or something. I've been recording for 42 minutes, but I'm probably going to cut most of that out. So I'm going to go fight Hearn now at his chamber.
As promised, Hearn met the bard atop the tower. If the bard wished the flame of the tower extinguished, he would first have to extinguish the life of its guardian.
You may have made it this far, but your journey ends here. Prepare to die.
Die? I've got too much to live for. But an old weed like yourself wouldn't understand such things. Time to do a little gardening, I think.
I completely forgot to dispel the trap guy. I forget what Hearn's gimmick is. Oh yeah, Hearn summons up these things. If he's a plant, wouldn't he be vulnerable to fire? Also, you can't block arrows, like Hearn intends on doing so fiercely. Hearn, you're kind of a pushover. You know what, so much of a pushover that I don't need the... I'm going to summon the Gouger on you. Because you're taking hits. And you're not weak like these plants are, so we'll have a use for the Gouger over the Crone.
I will end your folly here, Bard.
Oh yeah, totally, because, you know, you've been dealing such a huge amount of damage to me so far. Ooh, take that. And he's a wimp. Only 330 experience, really? Weak.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
I bet you'd have said that to any other guy, had any lived to make it this far.
The others paled in comparison to you.
Looks like most of them were impaled, actually.
Yet you survived the journey up the tower.
Yeah, but I have a few choice words for the gardener.
Stay valiant, my love. You need now go to the second tower, which you can reach by taking a dangerous and peril-filled journey through the mountains.
I don't suppose you have a map.
If only I did. You will need to go back to Kirkwall and see Bove.
Does the term vicious circle mean anything to you?
He's waiting for you and will guide you through the mountains. A different instrument is needed to enter the mountain tower. Bove knows of its location and can help you obtain it on your way through. Be certain to take the Spirit Stone of Hearn. His power will now be added to your own.
You better be damn rich. That's all I can say.
More than you will be able to spend in your lifetime, my love. But you must hurry. The next torch must be put out soon.
Speaking of putting out...
Hurry, my champion.
I hate it when she does that.
And now let's see how much
Bard had
gold
no time
Hearn
to
dropped.
rest, for the danger of this tower had not yet passed.
Yep. Now we have 15 more add stones, and we got a bunch of stuff. And we got reward for some reason. Hearn had 68 silver. That's a rather arbitrary number, isn't it?
Meanwhile, back in Kirkwall, one of the bard's past errors would come back to haunt him.
Bloody idiot bard made me come out here, middle of the night, bloody rain.
How foreboding of all of that. But we're gonna call it an episode here, because we just did like... I've been recording for about 50 minutes now, because the Hern fight was a bit longer than I thought. Actually, it was a lot shorter than I thought, but still a decent amount of time. And now we have to fight off these druids. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where we will be going down the tower. Yes, that's why I named this episode Up the Tower, and the next episode is going to be called Down the Tower, because I predicted that. Because I know the titles of my videos before I upload them. See you guys then. Bye bye.